I'm We're going to be talking about all things happening in the world of football, most notably the UEFA Nations League currently ongoing with some very interesting results with the big boys fluttering in some aspect while the not so expected ones are proving their mettle right about now. Of course, we're going to be talking about Nigeria as well, the friendly Nigeria taking on Algeria happening in Onan. All right, so I'm not alone. Of course, I've got my pundit with me on the show. And before you get to meet him, all right, do also be a part of the program across different social media and do let us know your thoughts and your reactions as well on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We are at SEETV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, we are at SEETV Live 1. I'll be going on a really quick break. When I return, you get to see who my pundit for the day is. Stick around, we'll be right back. Hey there! So you think you know about football? Join me, Omola Bakaraji, on SEETV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It is at SEETV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at SEETV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be. Hey there! So you think you know about football? Join me, Omola Bakaraji, on SEETV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It is at SEETV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at SEETV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be. Hey there! So you think you know about football? Join me, Omola Bakaraji, on SEETV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It is at SEETV Live.
I should be keeping for Nigeria. No?
Welcome back. This to Football Analysis on SEETV. I've got my special pundit with me on the show. You guys, in case you don't know, I've got Ayobioja Ibrahim, aka Easy Baba.
Easy Baba, you know what I'm saying? Well, go out, people. I'm here again.
Since when did you go to Jamaica and come back?
In
the spirit.
In the spirit, now. In the spirit.
How have you been?
I've been good. How have you been too?
Very well, thank you very much. We've had some very interesting friendlies, interesting games.
Yeah.
Before we came back on, we had a laughing session.
I'm still laughing.
We'll get back to that in a bit because it is hilarious to say the very least. Let's start with the UEFA Nations League now. We saw some very interesting games. Fantastic goals, she mentioned. Let's talk about Czech Republic taking on Portugal. That one happened on Saturday. And Portugal winning that one 4-0. Quite the dominating fixture. Quite the game. That game had drama. You had a penalty that was missed by Czech Republic.
Patrick.
You had Ororo getting injured. At some point, I was thinking he was going to get out of that game.
Is that for Ronaldo to get out?
To continue and all. Your thoughts about that game in general? How dominant Portugal were?
They were the better team on the day. Regarding the firepower they had in them and the lady there, it was obvious for everybody to see that. Regarding football matters, we are way ahead of Czech Republic, and it was actually nice. It was like nice gameplay. Diogo Dalot.
He had a fantastic game.
2 goals, man. Diogo Dalot wow. I won't say of all people because he had fantastic output in that game. Because the first goal. He started it from the back. Yeah, it was his ball from the beginning to the end to the end of the net. Then Bruno Fernandes scored his. Then Dalot scored another. You thought it was Messi's goal because the way he called the ball,
it was quite
beautiful.
Good. It was quite good.
Before Cristiano Ronaldo had to
set up
Diogo Jota. Something is telling me Ronaldo actually went to score the header, but you know. He came out for Jota, so it's actually it was a good day for the Diogos, you know.
Absolutely, you had Dalot getting a brace, Bruno Fernandes being the odd one out, not the Diogo. As it were,
Diogo in his middle name, we don't know.
Oh, okay. All right then. Okay, but here it was Czech Republic 0, Portugal, 4 goals, 4 goals to the good for them, and it's saying for me, I'm looking forward. I'm looking at the UEFA Nations League as a precursor to what we're going to be expecting in
the World Cup.
In the World Cup,
No,
and
yeah.
so far so good. It's quite the studded team, we should mention. Let's check out their group right there. They are in the group B. Portugal topping that one with 10 points. They have, but they're yet to play the last game right there. And for Spain, they are with 8 points. It's going to be quite interesting what the next round of games, the last round of game week 6, is going to bring to the fore, basically. But for all of these sides, for me, Czech Republic, obviously, let me see, obviously though, but
obviously
they're the whipping boys,
in this group. And I actually wanted to talk a little bit about the Portuguese team. We were actually on this show a few days back, and we were talking about the stars, firepower that some team has. We skipped Portugal for God knows what.
For some reason, yeah.
Portugal has firepower for days.
Well, am I seeing them as a World Cup favorite though?
Not favorite, but you can't even tag them as dark horses because they can't be tagged as dark horses, and they can't really be tagged as favorites.
So there's somewhere in between. Yeah, in between.
Just like Argentina is, they're somewhere in between.
Somewhere in that mix.
Somewhere in between. Rafael Leao, Ronaldo,
Bruno
Fernandes, Diogo Jota, Diogo
Dalot, as well.
Bernardo Silva,
there is Ruben
João
Neves.
Moutinho, Ruben Neves,
okay,
Cancelo,
all right.
Ruben Diaz.
Yes. Yeah, there's Macaru. There's quite the star in that team, really.
They have stars.
There's Nuno Mendes. Okay, they have stars. Sorry, they have stars. Okay, but it's going to be quite interesting for me to see what their outing will be in the World Cup, and let's look forward to what that will bring.
Well, they showed their cohesion when they won the Nations League. The first one, it was a beautiful transition of Portugal turning themselves into a team and trying to get something at the end of the day, and they got it. So it was nice to see, and now they are actually I think they are improving because now they are in the Nations League finals. The remaining 4 finals, they are part of the team. So this is a steady improvement in Portugal's gameplay, and it is very nice to see. Well, is that going to create the template for the World Cup?
Exactly, and that remains to be seen though. But it's quite interesting.
I can very well assure you that Ronaldo is going to that World Cup as a 22-year-old man.
It's her. I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to argue that one at all because
like
you know how
his life depends on it.
Exactly, he's a winner and he's proven that over and over and over again. So his leadership quality in that team, even though he doesn't get to start many of the games, which I doubt if he's going to sit out a lot, but
he's going to start.
It's going to be quite interesting.
The World Cup is going to be starting. I don't want to know what Rafael Leao is playing or Diogo Jota is playing.
Or will start. All right, then away from the Czech Republic and Portugal encounter, let's move over to Croatia taking on Austria. That the showdown. That goal ended 1-3 in favor of Croatia. But for me, that game was one game that you would say that if you had not seen the game, you would think it was all Croatia from start to finish.
Just the line, just the score line, you'd be like, oh, Croatia, they beat these people.
Exactly, but it wasn't really that way. It wasn't really that way. Austria had their time. They had their better chances. Actually,
they had the better chances the whole of the first half. They had the opportunity to kill out Croatia, but what I say, is it the goalkeeper or their lack of cutting edge in the final third cost them the?
I think that was it because. See, okay, you know, I always do, they know they catch goal, right? They don't catch, they don't normally used to stop it. To cross the line by hook or crook. But it showed how much defensive solidity, I would say that, even though their defense was breached quite a number of times for Croatia, but they were able to prove their mettle, some goal line clearances. They found a way to minimize the damage, the havoc that Austria actually caused them. Do you understand? So if it were perhaps a team that was going to fall upon like a pack of cards, basically, it should have been more goals for Austria. But there's also the part of them not taking their chances.
Is the team play of Croatia? We saw this at the World Cup, right? When they got to the final of the World Cup, which was unprecedented for anybody.
We didn't see them doing it.
Well, after I think we all saw it coming at the quarterfinals. The way they got to this, it was. They were a team. The coach built those boys. If they concede right now, give them 10 minutes. They
find their way back.
They find their way back. And the defense line, right, was and pairing Josko Vadio, the hot prospects. Chelsea wants him, Manchester United wants him, Liverpool wants him. The boy is hot as a defender. So the two of them at the centre back was actually Lukamomo.
It was quite a good. It was a good finish from the 37-year-old.
37. It doesn't look like 7. It looks like 17-year-old.
Okay,
beating a okay, like 27. Yeah, beating a goalkeeper.
I feel bad for the goalkeeper, really, but it was quite a goal.
There was no way you are getting to that. The keeper actually had to stretch and no finish.
Even 2 additional hands, perhaps will not be stopping that one. Luka Modric got the first goal as early as the 6th minute, and you have Christopher Baumgartner getting Austria back in the game. It was 1-1. It was balanced all through.
3 minutes later,
all through the first half, and second half it was game on. Marko Livaja getting was quite the header. The last 2 goals for Croatia, beautiful pinpoint
headers.
Beauty of, I mean, the cross was beautiful. Let's talk about
Perisic.
Let's talk about Perisic. Denmark winning that 1-2 goals to nil. And I mean, what do I say about the French national team? Their only win so far in this year's Nations League has come against Austria. That's their first win. The previous game. Now against Denmark, for me, I knew that so far this campaign, this Nations League round of games, France have not brought it.
True.
But I expected a bit of their firepower to pull through. So what happened?
You can't really say, because I think Denmark knew their game plan and they brought theirs and stuck to it. They frustrated France for most of the game. The chances France had were far and few in between, and it was not clear cuts. They didn't have any clear cut chance all the game, if I'm certain, because they did not. If they had, they would have buried it. The few ones they had, Uncle Wasteful Mbappe, I don't know what is his problem this season. He has scored goals, numerous goals this season.
He's been quite
wasteful. Been very wasteful.
But no, I think he had a couple of chances
which he blasted over the bar.
Schmeichel was equal to the
the ones he blasted over the bar. But Kasper actually
had a really good game. He had a
good game, no cap. But Denmark, did you see what Christian Eriksen was doing in the middle of the park?
He bossed.
The guy won the man of the match.
Yeah, who else?
Spraying passes like he was spraying cologne. Come on, man, nobody does that easier. Okay, maybe the Luka Modric, but
but it was quite a game for the Danish team. They knew what they were about. For me, I was going to this game. I expected France to score.
Exactly.
I expected Denmark's momentum to pull them through to win because of how France has been struggling. But I expected a goal minimum for the Deschamps side, but they were unable to find the goal.
The fired blank with Mbappe, Giroud, Griezmann.
I mean, it's quite a lineup, really.
Even brought in Dembele and the likes, and still
couldn't find a way around that.
Come on.
And in the middle of the park, you're having young, explosive, pacey midfielders. Camavinga. It's quite, and I wasn't impressed for France from their end. It was not.
I felt they knew that even if they had won the game against Denmark, even if they were going Denmark 10-0, they were still going to end third. So they are not going to be in the Nations League finals, and they are not going to get relegated. So why just risk our?
Just stay there and be safe.
Just stay there and be second and be third.
Interesting, right there. Let's now go over to the Hungary-Italy game, which was quite the showdown. Hungary have been flawless almost, right? So they did falter against Italy, but it was quite the showing. If not for a particular somebody, I think Hungary should have gotten something out of this game. I'm talking about Donnarumma, right there. He headed in favor of Italy 2, Hungary 0. Raspadori, let's talk about that guy. What a month of September. From the start of the season, both for Napoli and for
Italy.
He's been flawless, impressive. The stunner of a goal he scored last time out in Italy's last game. We talked about that one.
Sure.
I mean, your thoughts generally on how Italy have shown grit so far?
I'm thinking that their inability to qualify for the World Cup has really affected them a whole lot, and it's dealt a major blow to their credibility and to their ego, most especially to their ego. So they are looking for a way out of it. At least get these boys working, get a new set of boys, let them get to gel in the team,
themselves spots.
And the fact that they feel if they beat Hungary, they will finish the group as leaders, and they will easily to get to the final. So they had their hold in that game. They were
At some point, I had to ask, sorry, is it the World Cup?
Italy meant it, and I'm actually happy for them. Especially Raspadori. Talking about Raspadori and his form. What I really say now, Raspadori, I think the whole Napoli team, we have to just credit Luciano Spalletti for this, because his team,
the guys basically
everything. But well, we'll not talk about Osimhen. We'll talk about Osimhen later. But Raspadori, great form is in. Then the second goal by DiMarco. Another youth player. So I feel Italy are on the resurgence, but too late for the World Cup, obviously. But
I mean, the sky is the limit. I guess they can continue and build on this and get something amazing out of it.
Yeah, Euros is almost on the way after this, so
they might as well get prepped and perhaps defend their title.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to see how that does going. I mean, let's talk about. I talked about Donnarumma, how much of a wall, how much of a shield it was. I think PSG knew what they were about when they head onto him and made sure they got him from Milan. So 13 shots on target, 13 shots in total for Hungary, and he had 6 shots on target. It showed how much.
And those 6 shots, they just try and let him pass.
No, it was beautiful.
My guy was doing the Catman.
It was beautiful. He made a double save at some point, and I was like,
I think it was triple.
How did you see that?
I think it was triple.
How did you see it? Like, wow. And for
and his age, he still has like at least 20 years in front of him as a goalkeeper.
I hope injury doesn't affect
that
at all.
Donnarumma at AC Milan, people were like, I think he's overrated. Every year he's 20 years old. He got to PSG first season. He still had to sit for Keylor, because he was now the Champions League goalkeeper. So you have to let Keylor keep most of the league games, and then people were like, oh, wrong choice. Even Keylor is still benching you this season.
It's proven.
Maybe I can't talk this season now.
It's proven his worth. And for me, this was one game that sometimes the goal scoring is important. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't paint the entire picture of how the game did go, because Italy had just 3 on target, of which they buried 2. So that showed clinicality from their end. So for Group C, we have in Italy topping that group. They've had all of their games played. So Italy are the group winners in this one, 11 points. They have Hungary with 10, Germany with 7, and England with 3. So that brings us to talking about Germany, the showdown at Wembley. England taking on Germany, a 6-goal thriller. We had, for a neutral, it was quite exciting to watch. They score me, I score you, they did. But from both teams' point of view, not the result they wanted.
Exactly. England is dead and buried in the league. In that league, they are dead and buried. They're already relegated.
Off to Group B, League B.
League B. Germany, there was no way they will even finish the groups first.
That is, just do something.
Just do something. I would say they tried their utmost, but the first half was very, very drab. Finished goalless. Yeah. Then they gave us a 6 goals blitz in the second half. Well, I felt Gareth Southgate and Hansi Flick probably met
at halftime, and they talked like,
Ross,
give me go.
Let's just score this.
Give me go. I'll give it. I'll go raising you, my guy.
True, but did you see that Kayabat's goal?
Before we talk about the goal, I'm the man who was instrumental for Germany to get their first goal. I'm talking about Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
I tried to make an excuse for him. I tried, but I couldn't find one.
I tried.
I couldn't find any excuse.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me be a little bit sentimental here, because as a Liverpool fan, right, we had problems with Dejan Lovren at one point. I knew the backlash rival fans gave me ceaselessly over. I had numerous headache over Lovren, but every time I talked with him, I was like, "Don't worry, you're going to prove them wrong." At the end of the day, he was not really able to do. He had some flashes of brilliance over the years, but it was not to cover up the mistakes he had done. Then came the Harry Maguire train. Everything going wrong. No. Listen, everything going wrong with Manchester United at some point was based on Harry Maguire. Rival fans, you will enjoy it. No cap, you are going to like it.
Well, like I said, I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, but at some point, it's a lie. Look at it, that's lies. But at some point, I felt for the man. It was getting too much. We all know that the pressure of joining Manchester United for that record amount.
You have to prove what you're about.
It is, and you're an England, but it is too much. Leave the boy where he's balling at Leicester. It looks like an average team player. no offenses to Harry Maguire.
I was having a good time.
He was having a very great time at Leicester. I think the coach there knew how to use him. Obviously, you don't start Harry Maguire with someone that is as slow as him when he's running.
Someone that can cover up grounds for him.
Exactly. Harry Maguire he spreads the ball. He knows how to do that. He can read the game as much as he can. But you don't. As I say,
I think the step up for Manchester United I think it was a bit much.
It was a bit much on him, and the pressure started to diminish his qualities over and over again. And I'm not going to bite.
His confidence as well.
How would you expect a player to grow on his confidence? Take Loris Karius as an example.
Yeah, that's one example right there.
It's not easy.
It messes with you.
Mental issues all the time.
When ex-footballers talk about the fact that football is a mental sport, some people find it funny, but it's the truth. If you've lost here, you've lost on the pitch.
You have lost on the pitch. Easy. There's nothing else to do. But well, he's been trying to up his game. But
apparently, Gary Southgate does believe in him.
He believes in him. The England national team believes in him. They're trying to help him out. Okay, fine, you've lost this game, right? Come on, start again. Let's see what you can do. Would we say it is the rustiness sitting on the bench this season that made him concede the penalty and lose possession for Kai Havertz's goal?
There was the Gundogan, the penalty for bringing down Jamal Musiala in the box. There is that one. There was the misplaced. It misplaced the pass to Musiala, then brought him down in the box. So okay, Gundogan took advantage of that and buried that from this penalty. Stunning penalty. So far in the Nations League, they've had a torrid time of late, I should say. You look at the firepower that Germany boasts of. You look at the kind of stars. All of the names, all, no exception of any of the players, regardless of how young they are, would walk into a lot of teams in Europe, a lot of top 5 leagues, basically. So look at their teams, look at their clubs. They would walk in.
Most of them are starters.
Exactly. So you look at, for me, I feel as if Flick hasn't been enjoying his time.
He has not been
for
impressive.
the German national team.
He has not been impressive at all. People were actually on his case at Bayern Munich after his second season. His first season, that was where he won literally everything. Yeah. People were like, oh, the new Guardiola, they knew this, they knew that. Then the sophomore season, the guy was subpar. Then the third season was like, oh, bro, we have to let you go because you are not bringing what we thought you were.
But no, I think it was. We always knew he was going to go take up the German national.
No, we did not always knew. You forget the fact that we did not always knew. It was okay. The Germany has taken over now. What has he done? In the Euros,
so far, so good. I'm not impressed. That's like what I said. I wasn't impressed, but he had a really good time with Bayern Munich, of which a couple of these boys were his boys.
A couple of these guys. I feel the good time he had with Bayern Munich and the Champions League they won and everything. I think the team themselves are fine. Everybody's calling the Bundesliga the Farmers League, right? There are only 2 great teams there, like one great team. 2 good teams and the rest are
just there.
You understand what I'm saying? So, hello, Austin avant we coach Bayern Munich and win the league. Let's just be. That's it.
I don't agree.
I agree because let's watch it now. Julius Nagelsmann's Bayern Munich.
They've been struggling.
They are still winning this season's league.
I mean, I won't be so. No, I wouldn't agree with you though. I'm serious. I understand. Hold on, please. I understand that the mental fortitude is a stake in Bayern to win 8-9 Bayern. They say Bayern, Bayern title, the Bundesliga title. Hold on, please. The Bundesliga title in a row. Okay. It showed tremendous quality. True. But what the other teams have been lacking, right? So they don't have the kind of deep pockets Bayern boast of. True. They don't have the quality of players. They don't have the quality. Basically, I think for Bayern being at that place is the deep pockets. Why? Because you have a team. You have a team that even comes that tries to even do a bit of a thing against Bayern Munich. What do? They put their best players. They get Nagelsmann was from Dortmund.
Dortmund, they got
Leipzig, right. And that was the season Leipzig did try their best to.
They finished second.
You know, and what did they do? They got the best. They got their players. They got their. It is what Bayern does. I feel like if other teams also can boast of the same kind of deep pockets, which for other leagues, say like the Premier League now, other clubs, the so-called not so big teams also have a bit of deep pockets. Money coming from the TV rights and all of that. Yeah. We've talked about the fact that they have deep pockets and they can poach players. They get the best player. I mean, Lewandowski. Talk about that. The movement from Dortmund to Bayern. You understand? You move from. How do you sell to your fees? Don't even get me started. And also, there's also the part of the other teams that even if they try to do it, do I see them having the mental fortitude? So that's why if Bayern continues like this, I don't agree that they are going to win.
Let me now ask you, how do you expect them to continue like this when the past 3 games was all draws, then the last one they just lost it? They did not lose the 4, they lost just 1. And those 3 that they drew, it was not as if they didn't try. It was not lack of trying, it was just
the goalkeepers for all of those teams were quite good.
And now, who is stopping the German Bundesliga? Union Berlin. Yeah. Do you expect Union Berlin to go have the mental fortitude to bear it to the end of the season?
I don't know, they can shock us.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean that they can shock us. 2 seasons ago, Lille did it in the Ligue 1. Did I see it coming? Absolutely not.
Nobody saw it coming.
Exactly.
But
so
Lille are actually good. You can't compare Lille to a Union Berlin.
True. Lille are champions. They've always been big boys in the Ligue 1. I know that, but I don't know. It will be quite interesting, basically. And we went from club to country, and country to club. All right, let's get back into it. We're talking about the England-Germany fiasco game. Southgate and
Luke Shaw, Jude Bellingham, as usual these days. Mason Mount, Rhys James. He had the clanger at one point, but
I think he redeemed himself.
Always that assist and always running around up and down. So it's good. It's good. It's a good thing for England. At least they have enough firepower, especially in the position their manager likes the most, right back. So
okay, let's leave Southgate alone, guys. Southgate. Let's see. For me, I'm looking at how long his future will be with the Three Lions, but it seems like his job is secure.
How is it secure? Do you know?
It seems like they have faith
after the Germany. No, was it before the Germany match?
Yeah.
The previous one they lost.
Okay.
He was saying he knew. I'm not quoting him verbatim, but he knew that the assurance to stay as a manager, but he knows that after the World Cup, his place is not clinical. How do you know you are going to be there during the World Cup? You are telling me after the World Cup.
Faith.
That's what I'm saying.
What
has he done? What has he done?
Where we
he won the bronze, the golden bronze.
We are not.
The golden bronze in the World Cup. After that, because he's sitting on that tax. Let's be realistic. He's not nothing. He is not. England. Do you know that? Was it not Luke Shaw? Luke Shaw's goal was the first open play goal by England in the Nations League after 6 games. 6 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had Kane. You had Sterling. You had Mason Mount. You had. Just have to count. Do you know how many?
They have stars, yeah.
And
they have
you could not make
players, really. Bellingham.
Come on, you have firepower on your bench, and you be starting. Well, that's Southgate.
Let's leave. Let's leave.
When it's going, I hope they fire him through the Southgate.
Let's leave England and Germany's game. Let's talk about Denmark taking on France. I think did we talk about that game?
Denmark, France, yeah.
Yeah, we already did. So Wales taking on Poland. Poland winning that 1-0, and Wales down and buried. I guess.
And buried, but I will not lie. I felt for them because at the last this game against Poland, they deserved the win. Not even defeat. It got to a point it was so feisty. Bale and everybody involved in the fracas after Bale hit the bar, but
and that was later on in the 90th
game. But
90th.
Quality game from both ends, especially with the fact that that goal by Swidzewski, it was not actually the goal, it was the assist.
It was beautiful.
Did you see Lewandowski's flick? You know, look there, pass and throw and leave.
Like I saw it, I was like, that has to be Leva. It has to be Leva.
Nobody else but Leva. But
that was quite good.
I feel pain for Wales because they tried their best.
It wasn't enough.
They didn't want to finish bottom of the group.
Bottom they finished.
Bottom they finished
with
relegated.
1 point. With 1 point they have to their name. Let's talk about that same group, Group D. Netherlands taking on Belgium. It was the heavyweight clash for me. Both teams have been high flying. Netherlands being more high flying than Belgium have been. All right, but It's been quite. I feel like it was going to be a balanced game for stars. Both teams boast of more than enough quality in both places, and the unlikeliest of goal scorers for Netherlands.
Big man Virg!
Van Dijk getting his team the maximum point, 3 points in the bag. For them right there, I mean, he has to be an header if you've seen Van Dijk scoring.
Yeah, he has to be an header. He has scored 3
It was a good one. I'm just saying. Okay, it's most likely going to be an header. Netherlands with 16 points they have so far, and
unblemished.
They've drawn actually. They've drawn. They are yet to lose. Okay, well, yes, sir. Let's move away now to one game that we are all looking forward to this evening. It's quite the matchup. We're still expecting and enjoying a couple more of the action in the Nations League. I'm talking about Spain. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, Portugal taking on Spain. Portugal high flying, Spain wounded. I mean, they lost their last game to Switzerland. Let's mention that. What are we expecting from this game, from this matchup, from this encounter? So for me, so far, the generation of the Spanish team with the stars is not there, but they still have quality.
They have quality.
And for the Portugal team, they've shown that they have, they understand each other. They've bonded. They've made a team out of the set of stars they do have. What are we expecting from this?
I feel like right now it's looking like Portugal has more better team. Regarding player for player, if you want to be realistic,
I think so.
They have better players than Spain, and Spain have not really not been the Spanish team we know for them. It's apart from the what's it called, Marco Asensio's brilliance to create the ball for Jordi Alba. Like they were going to lose that game like scandalously to Switzerland. Switzerland were all over them from the beginning to the end. Koji getting his first ever goal for the Swiss
on his debut actually.
It's but that's one thing. The other thing is that Spain facing Portugal is not going to be easy for Spain because
it's going to be easy for Portugal as well.
It's not going to be easy for Portugal. Don't let me be sarcastic because Portugal already qualified. No, they can't qualify. This is the game that I'll see if they would want to qualify
as a group
winners, or it's going to be this particular Spain. And well, it's going to be a blockbuster of a game, but I'm tilting towards Portugal. I don't care if it's going to be at the Ramon Pizjuan Stadium, the Santiago Bernabeu, the Camp Nou, wherever in Spain don't take it to.
It's actually Portugal is hosting this one.
But you see, Portugal is hosting. So you're coming to Lisbon, wherever it is.
I really think that
this is all Portugal's game to lose, and I do not see them losing. They might actually come out with a draw. It still pays them anyways, but Spain getting a win over
Spain they need a win, an absolute win.
What Ronaldo did for them in that World Cup,
right.
He's going to reincarnate and do it again.
With Ororo getting a hat-trick. In case you guys, the opening game of the World Cup, you guys don't remember. All right, so let's move away now. Let's come back home briefly and let's talk about Nigeria's outing. We are going to be going away. Our boys are already in Algeria right there. That game will be happening at the Olympic Stadium, Onan. And Nigeria did have, we had a game, the 2-2 showdown against the Algeria B team. It was not the game. It's not the game I want to watch again. It's not a game. I do not want to sit and watch that game. And that is one part I can't believe I'm going to say this. If that's what we're going to go do at the World Cup, then I'm glad we're not going.
I'm over glad because number one, we have arguably we have the finest goalkeeper in the world. I said arguably. I'll say his football is
Maduka Okoye did not have the best game.
What was he thinking?
And Francis Uzo also had his minute of hours, we should mention.
Fine, but Francis Uzo always have hours. He has always been.
Maduka Okoye, how about that?
Maduka Okoye, well, he came in to be like the what's it called, our miracle,
the saving grace,
saving grace for the national team, because he just came all out of the blues. Like I remember the argument was between him and one Osigwe. Osigwe is the national, he's a goalkeeper. I've forgotten the club he's playing for. Very, very nice goalkeeper too. So I think everybody went, wow, Maduka had good
the better
ratings as Spartak Rotterdam. So I went for Maduka Okoye. Maduka Okoye in between the sticks is not Maduka Okoye. He's looking like a bunny basket, and it is not funny. It is the goal. The first goal, it was an own goal by him.
Yeah, you were not under pressure.
If you have not seen, please try and go check it out. It is as comical as it comes. You were not under pressure. You kept stalling yourself to one side. You wanted to pass the ball to this place.
I was like, are you doing Zumba? Are you doing what are you doing?
Oh, was here. You had an opponent here, and you kept going to the turn. Give the if you can't even pass,
can you clear the ball or you pick it up? Or you couldn't have picked it up. It was the back pass.
It's the back pass. I can't pick it up. Clear the ball.
Clear it. Yeah.
You are not Andrea Pirlo. Bro.
Nice work, Kuta.
Pesero was actually very, very generous, letting him finish the first half. If I was him,
so let's talk about our saving grace. We have to get ourselves out of the studio, but really quickly, you have up front. I think we're missing some notable stars. Umar Sadiq, Victor Osimhen, but now you're having Terem.
Terem is balling at the moment.
Yeah, he's having a good time at life in the Ligue 1. You also have who else would we mention?
Taiwo Awuni
as well. Not the best of time with Forest, but I mean he's been scoring goals.
Yeah, we got Siri Desas
as well.
Well, Oyekuru is injured. This other guy at Nottingham with Awuni, the guy they moved from Watford. Emmanuel Dennis,
yeah,
injured as well. So we actually didn't get enough firepower up front, but we still have enough strikers.
Alexi Iwobi as well, good form, really good form.
Please, Alexi Iwobi is Nigeria's best player at the moment.
As we speak.
Did you see his goal? That game, if you go and check the goal, Iwobi scored a beauty of a goal.
It was a stunner.
He did not hit it as a shot. It was a precise curler. He knew where he was going to hit it. And our second goal, Siri Desa's goal that Yenacho called back for him.
Iwobi actually made that happen.
Iwobi gave a pass that split
open
5 players.
Yeah, the defense.
Iwobi is having a good time. I think that is one aspect I'm seeing that Frank Lampard has improved. Like Iwobi's gameplay is beautiful to see. What else is another thing that I've seen that their gameplay has improved. The guy I really don't fancy, Anthony Gordon, his gameplay has really improved. I'm not going to lie. Well, let's see what.
That's what Iwobi is going to be bringing for us this season. I expect that a lot of what we're going to be creating in the middle of the park will be coming from his
head. But apart from that, I want to see who we are going to be pairing him with in the midfield, because we have injury issues with
Ndidi is out.
Joe Aribo is not in the team. Onyedika and Onyeka, the only other midfield options
we have.
And is Posero going to go and put himself in the middle? I don't understand.
He has to use what he has.
Well, let's see. Maybe he's trying to use a 3-man defense and let our wing backs support the midfielders. We don't know.
It's going to be quite interesting anyway. Nigeria go head-to-head against the Desert Foxes, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Let's see what we're going to be doing for Foxes Warriors. Yeah. What they're going to be doing, and let's see what we're going to be bringing to the table. Not that thing that we called football on Friday.
At all.
Let's see, and Brazil, Tunisia as well. How many goals to the good for Brazil?
Well, they limited the amount of goals they were supposed to score against Ghana. I was rooting for 8 goals against Ghana. They gave me 3. I don't know why they stopped the second one. But now against Tunisia, and
how many goals?
No, the what's it called? The Premier League and the leagues resuming on during the weekend. I don't feel they're going to be starting. So the ones that want to start, they want to prove a point. So I think they should be giving Tunisia at least 4 goals.
Okay, let's see if they live up to the expectation and they give us the goals we are actually looking for. It's about time for us to get ourselves out of the studio. We hope you had as much fun as we did on the show. Is it Baba? Final words on the show?
Great game from every one of them in the international friendly. International friendly is actually not really boring as it is. It's
yeah, actually we've had exciting games.
Nations League, everything's been good. But I'm glad Premier League is back. La Liga is back.
You still have to wait till Saturday.
So. Saturday is like tomorrow.
Yeah, it's too far. Enjoy the international break while you still can. We'll be going back to their club sides in a minute. All right, guys, let us know what you think. Nigeria, Algeria, how many goals are you expecting the spy goals of Nigeria to score? Or do you think the Desert Foxes will be squeezing some bitter leaf in our eyes?
Yeah, go shop.
All right, guys, I remain yours truly, Omalabakira. Stick around right here on SEETV. Many more of this premium content coming your way. So take care and have a fabulous week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Next hour, let's go shop.
Feisty and